Now let us enter the world of the supplier and procurement side, and we will have a look again on the overall processes. Sooner or later you have to track a lot of information from your suppliers because they are delivering products to your site. And if you look on the process layers towards our suppliers, it is a lot of tracking the information from suppliers itself and to understand the quality of the delivery itself. And if you look on this type of processes more from a system perspective, from an IT perspective, it would be cool, of course, if the supplier and everything the supplier delivers is connected to a kind of procurement suite, which really can receive the information in a digital way. And typically in the home system, you have a big enterprise resource planning system, you have a connectivity against your procurement suite. And this would be the optimal world. So in fact, everything covered in a full electronic way, from invoices to orders, to purchase orders, to the catalog, and so on. Or if something enters into your physical world of your company. And here typically the hell starts whenever we have a connection to either a supplier or also to a buyer. The hell of paperwork starts. And really, you can find papers everywhere which you exchange. You have papers inside your supply chain, but mostly as well towards the connectivity. And here I would like to look at some paperwork towards our suppliers. For example, for a process industry, it can be a certificate of analysis of the documents you really need for your laboratory analysis, for your raw ingredients. It can be for discrete manufacturing a technical data sheet. That means the supplier has to provide a comprehensive documentation of their product. It could be also a safety data sheet, which we need for our transport mode, for our transports. Is it hazardous good or not? What you see here is paper over paper over paper. And there are many types you exchange during the entire process when a physical product enters from a supplier to your manufacturing site. And here we enter from the analytics space, we enter the world of natural language processing. And more precisely, if you look on the sheets, on optical character recognition topic. So how does it typically work? If you don't have a full suite like shown in the first picture, mostly the supplier comes with a document, as we have seen, and maybe you build your own supplier platform or you build your own upload system. And then in the first stage from the analytics steps, a so-called OCR starts, so optical character recognition, and this part has the goal to extract the text and the handwritten data from the scanned document. OCR techniques are really evolving very fast, very good vendors on the market, and they're a standard solution for this. If we go more into the compliance areas, and if you really want to know if the information itself is correct, which you extracted by the OCR, extracting the information is one side, but really to understand then is it correct and can you push it to your systems? You have to really cross-check, is it the same terminology? Normally you will get many names for the same topic and you have to check if all mandatory information is there. You have to check maybe if the document is signed. Is it within the specification of your systems? And then you could push it to your enterprise resource planning system or to your enterprise systems where you archive these systems. And typically a human person will still have a look on the acceptance criteria. And if you think now on natural language processing, machine learning, this is a very classical human in the loop approach where a person still checks the results, give a check mark, and also trains by iteration the machines itself. This kind of setup you will find, I would say, in every company, and there are so many use cases where you can exactly go into this kind of systems. Maybe it's not a supplier, it can be even an internal document, but the loops are always the same. You upload something, you extract the information, you cross-check it against your rules on quality before you go into the big enterprise systems, and the automation rate should go up. The higher the compliance level on top, the more you need to cross-check we are a human person. If it's just extracting the information and it's not really critical for your company, it's okay. Push it directly to the systems. But one very classical system like this would be also invoicing systems, where, for example, the bank account number is extracted automatically. And these systems typically work already in 98% of the cases. So who are the typical vendors here? And if you build it alone, everything is pushed way more towards the cloud services. So one of the leading is, again, Amazon or Azure platforms with Textract or AI Vision. Specialized softwares here are ABBYY, for example, which are, I think, in the market over 20 years already. And if you really want to build it by your own, I think one of the most famous libraries for this is Tesseract, open source library. A very wonderful topic which is really isolated. The entire topic also falls into the class of robotics process automation. So really vast amount of use cases and a very good starting point.